May 12th. The primary operational concerns today are scattered convective corridors from the Central Plains into the upper Midwest, localized thunderstorm disruption across the Florida Peninsula, and persistent mountain wave and turbulence issues through the Rockies under a blocked upper air pattern. Crews operating through Kansas City, Chicago, Detroit, and the Florida terminal areas should anticipate periodic routing adjustments around afternoon convection, while western routes continue to contend with stronger cross-mountain flow and embedded mechanical turbulence. Along the west coast, the Omega Block remains firmly established with ridging over the southwest and weak troughing parked near the Pacific Northwest. Most California terminals from the Bay Area through Southern California stay predominantly VFR today, though the marine layer remains deep enough for morning coastal IFR around Monterey, Los Angeles Basin airports, and portions of San Diego before gradual inland clearing. North of the ridge axis, Seattle and Spokane continue under cooler cyclonic flow with light showers near the Cascades and layered cloud decks occasionally lowering ceilings along mountain approaches. Across the Intermountain West and Rockies, a tightening height gradient over Colorado and Wyoming is sustaining moderate turbulence potential downwind of terrain, especially along common jet routes crossing the Front Range and Central Rockies. Denver remains operationally manageable overall, but crews should expect gusty surface winds, occasional virga, and localized chop on descent corridors west of the field. Farther south, Arizona and New Mexico stay largely dry under subsidence, although strong daytime heating and high-density altitude conditions continue around Phoenix, Tucson, Albuquerque, and elevated desert airports. The Central Plains into the Midwest becomes the main convective focus later today as weak impulses ride the northern edge of the ridge and interact with a sharpening moisture gradient from eastern Kansas into Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, and southern Wisconsin. Storm coverage is not expected to be widespread, but any cell that develops could organize quickly with steep lapse rates supporting hail, abrupt outflow boundaries, and moderate turbulence near the tops. Chicago, Milwaukee, Kansas City, and portions of the Great Lakes region may see temporary arrival spacing and reroutes this evening as convection matures along residual frontal boundaries. Across the Ohio Valley and Northeast, the atmosphere remains comparatively stable behind prior frontal passage. Expect mainly VFR conditions from Pittsburgh through the New York Metro and Boston, with only scattered stratocu and isolated terrain-driven showers across upstate New York and northern New England. The southeast remains split between stable inland conditions and sea breeze-driven convection near the Gulf and Atlantic coasts. Florida is the primary concern where deep moisture and boundary collision support scattered thunderstorms from Orlando south through Miami and the Gulf Coast terminals near Tampa and Fort Myers. Brief IFR, gusty outflow winds, and lightning-driven ground stops remain possible around the peninsula this afternoon. Atlanta, Charlotte, and Nashville stay largely outside the stronger convection, with improving ceilings and lighter operational impact overall. That's the National Aviation weather picture for today. If this briefing helps your flight planning, consider subscribing for the daily operational outlook. Have the best flight, and we'll see you tomorrow.